So after we left the lovely surrounds at Calla Dam, we did an overnighter at a place called Middlemount, the back of the pub. Had a meal there and then kept on coming, and today we've ended up at Proserpine, and in fact we're staying out at the dam at the Lions Kanga Camp. Got to look after the service clubs, and I've just snooked down to have a little fish down here. Fair to say, lovely surroundings. Don't really care if I don't catch a fish, but it looks pretty good. So they tell me there is sooties and barra and tarpon and all that sort of stuff swimming around in here, so we'll have a little go and see how we get on. Well, no luck unfortunately in the little stream. The mozzies are getting a bit fierce and everything now, so I think it's time to hightail it back to the camp. But lovely surroundings and good on the eye, so cheers. So after our overnight in Proserpine, we're on the road today heading north. Plan is to get some good Ks under the belt and get further north like a lot of other people. And so tonight planning to be at a place called Crystal Creek north of Townsville, and probably sit up there for a couple of days and have a bit of a break after being on the road for 4 days solid. So anyway, cheers. After a big drive yesterday from Proserpine, we stopped at a place north of Townsville, the Crystal Creek Caravan Park on the Bruce Highway. And this morning come up in the Paluma National Park, have a look at the lookout and check out some of the sites, which includes the Crystal Creek itself, which is this behind me. And as you can see, pretty spectacular cascades. I'm sure in the winter time when it's rained, it will be absolutely amazing. But check out the old bridge. Amazing that ones like this stand the test of time, and our new ones need replacing. There you go, pretty crazy.
By myself walking down the track. Dean's with the dog. Approaching the falls. This is a lookout bit. So pretty. Spec Road, driving back down after being out at the lookouts and the waterfalls. Now heading back down to the hinterland and the coast. this morning. 2 nights at the Crystal Creek
Thank
Caravan
you.
Park.
Thank you.
Which is an outstanding caravan park. Anybody travelling north doesn't want to necessarily stay in Townsville. Try coming just a little bit further north up to Crystal Creek. It's not an overly large park, really great location though, and palm trees and shade and a pool and pet friendly and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, do yourself a favour, as Molly used to say, come up and have a look. Anyway, big day for us today, about 350 k's, and hopefully a new set of tyres somewhere on the way as well. Cheers. Well, we've got to Innisfail, and so stopped to get a couple of essential items like a hamburger, and it's raining, which isn't in the script, so a little bit perplexed about that. We've still got a fair way to go to get the cans. We're still probably over an hour from Cairns, and so we're hoping the weather clears up by then. So yeah, pretty crappy old day in Innisfail, but there you go. Cheers. So we've called into Cairns to drop off the bike and the swag. We hope that's a good idea, because we're going to push on towards Weipa and the Cape now, and we need a bit more clearance on the back. So done that. Thank you, Myra, for looking after our bikes for us. We'll see you on the way back. And everybody who drives out of Cairns knows this road intimately. Up we go. Cheers. The Mariba Rodeo grounds, just on the outskirts of town, and you'd have to say it's a small city. They're charging $25 for a powered site. I don't know what it is for the others, but they're a long way back and all around the place, so they're doing okay. We've got ourselves pole position close to the gate because we're out of here early tomorrow morning for new shoes on the mighty Prado. So there you go. Hopefully that doesn't turn into rain, because if it does, that won't be much fun. Anyway, cheers. Well, we've made it through to Laura, had some lunch, set up behind the pub in the campgrounds. Fairly popular. A lot of people leave their vans here and continue up the Cape. One of the unique features of the campsites are the termite mounds, and the sign was enter, please do not touch our termite mounds. So obviously they're pretty enamoured by them. So yeah, it's a good site though, good place, good setup, a mix of people here, some showers and toilets here as well. Not sure what we paid, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. Yeah, I'd have to check, but anyway, we've got a nice shady spot, and on tomorrow to Cowan or Archer River, depending on how we go in the morning. Cheers. So on the road again this morning. Good night at Laura, at the pub, behind the pub. You know, really quiet, nice, lots of nice people, really good information on the road ahead, which is great. So today, that's us, we're on the road again, 81, the Peninsula Development Road, heading to Archer River, which is about 300 odd k, so we've got a pretty big day and some pretty rough road apparently, so it'll be a bit of fun. Okay, cheers. So we just stopped at Cowan, fair way up the track now, and booked out $1.85 a litre for the diesel. So thank God the old Prado's going pretty good on the economy stakes, otherwise that could have been violently painful. Cheers.
First experience of a river. Got no idea and not very happy about it.
So after overnighting at Archer River Roadhouse, we're on the road again. Really good camp spot. Lots of shade and water and stuff like that, and nice and quiet, even though it's reasonably close to the road. We're not fueling up, we're just going for Weipa this morning, so we've got 300 odd Ks to go, and overcast, which actually makes it for good driving. So anyway, we'll see you on the road. Cheers. Driving on the road, we're driving beside the road because the corrugations are so bad on the road.
Not too bad there.
Going back in to have a look. Small truck coming the other way, nothing like the road trains we've seen before, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on which way you look at it. After your long drive up the Peninsula Development Road, you arrive at the Weipa Caravan Park. The oasis in the red dirt country. Swimming pool, nice shady sites. Great place for the sunsets. Has barra munchies as well for those who don't want to cook. You can get yourself some takeaways. Opens at 5 PM each night. So there you go, Weipa Caravan Park. Cheers.
Those thinking of coming to Weipa are in for a pleasant surprise with a new marina facility, public boat ramp, floating pontoon, tie-up spots, wash bays. Absolutely sensational. Boating here at Weipa just got a whole lot easier.
Up on the flat when that water starts to move up. So these crocs here are nice and handy to these little depressions because they know that this is where the stingrays are going to start moving up on the flats. And another tooth developing inside. Okay, so over 2 or 3 years, the crocodile's tooth or the crocodile's skull will grow and the tooth will just fall out. But what's been happening is there's another tooth developing on the inside of that tooth. So when it drops out, the new tooth is already through. So
Look at her watching us.
Half the way of the half the length of it.
Yeah, she's watching. She moved her head then.
So that big tooth that's going around, that's a good example of where that new tooth would have been growing inside. So it's cone-shaped inside, and you can see the new tooth would have been growing on the inside there. So there's our big male there. He's just about to turn around and look to make sure we're not sneaking up on him.
So, of course, the first day you want to come out in Weipa, the wind's blowing, isn't it? Just to make life foxy. So I can't get across the ditch, stuck in the bay, and having to deal with codlies like this. That beats sitting at home, I suppose. Jeez. I'm in trouble. I get one away from the pylon. Oh, must have cut me off. Oh, that was good. Whew. Yeah, cut me off on the bottom. Yeah, rubbed out. Whew. Oh well, first drop on the pylons, bingo. It's about bottom of the tide, and my initial flurry turned into a very quiet little nothing there for a while. So, Mike told me there's some markers going into these dodgy creek. So I'm going to have a look in here. So the first creek I looked at was no-go, showing 700 mil of water. Mangroves and in the creek. Well, we're in. We've just got to get back out, don't we? About a metre deep. Well, Land's just rang me to tell me it looks like it's getting a bit choppy in the bay. I've come out of the creek and it is dropped. I didn't think it was possible. Even more, and to add to my challenge, there's a stinking great big ship coming that's no doubt going to have one hell of a bow weight coming off it. Give me 10 footer. So I might even try and hang here in the mouth of the creek while he goes past. Cheers. So back in the creek, a bit higher tide today and a bit later in the day, so we come straight across to have a fish and then straight back home. So a drift over up and down this creek, fire a few lures, see if we can see any snapping handbags. This is where I saw the one yesterday. Yep, that's where he was, Trude, just high up on that bank. Anyway, I'm going to go up to this bend up here. I think that'll do me, and then I'll make my way back out to the mouth and then back across boat closer to the boat ramp. Cheers. And finally, had a few bust offs, bite offs. I'd say a little Trev. Yeah. They do go well for their size, these little guys. Been getting bitten off and everything, so it's good to finally get one in the boat. And a little GT. Yeah, a bit of fun. There's some big fish working this corner though. I'm going to keep working hard. Hasn't jumped, so there's no Barra. Thinking GT again. Good on this light gear. So persistence paying off. Yeah, another little Trev. Yeah, looked almost. Oh, they do fall. Thank Christ, no sharks. But there is crocodiles, so we'll be very careful. Yeah, There we go. Swiped at it. Got it in the side of the head. We can't get him out without too much more damage to him. There we go. Oh well. Barra on. Totally unorganised. Look at the net. Going steady. Oh. Don't think of his size, but he is the right species. So there we go. Come to Weipa to get a barra, and we got one. How about that? Hey, I'm very happy with that. Took a gulp shrimp. Let me just open his mouth for me. There we go. I'll just hook that little jobby there. And what hook in do we? It wasn't coming off. Really well hooked. There you go. Unfortunately, I'm in the sun and the fish isn't. But there you go. I don't think he's size, but that's what it's all about. Queensland barramundi. Whew. Back here to have another go, eh? Dinner is served, darling. One grunter. Oh, and there's the sound that goes with it. I think his size, we'll have to look it up. Look at this wretched band-aid. There we go. One grunter. Spikes up his back, so we don't want them. Oh, and some spikes there too. There you go. Good fun. Right, that might do me. Been a good session. Time to get home before it gets too dark. Love this creek. Really just loving this section here. Having a ball. Cheers, guys. Second barra. Only a little bloke, but still barra. Coming out of the creek. Sun's still reasonably high, but up in the sky. We've got something going on up here on the surface, not sure what it is. Anyway, Weipa. That's the harbour. Boat being loaded up. And a bit of cloud about, as you can see. It's a bream, it's a good one. Yeah, it's a big bream. Okay. Thought it might have been our grunter we were after. We might take him for dinner. Pretty big one, and he's got a long way down. Yeah, he's dinner. Bastard! Oh, codly. Or something similar. Oh, I couldn't stop him. Oh, got him out. Got him out. Yep. Got him out. There we go. Well, that ends another little session on this creek. If you can get live baits, it gets pretty busy, pretty hectic. But getting dark, so time to get out of here. This morning, throwing soft plastics, Dave. He'd be loving this. Let's leave the string. There they go, these things. Crackers. Oh, big ones. Oh. Ah, good. There you go. Oh. Yeah. Oh. How much fun is that? Just sensational. Thanks, Dave. Run out of pup pretty quick. Good first run, but then they give up pretty quick. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Always water on the lens, eh? So still finding the odd one. They've gone down, the birds have gone. They're straight giving it up. That's the Z-Man plastic that I'm getting them on there. Tough little buggers they are. That's him. He's about 50 centimetres. So he's way oversized if you want to keep him for a feed. Good fun. That's about number 5 or 6, so going along, having a really good session here. Although, as I said, they're getting harder to find now. Cheers. Well, I'm in the creek and the low is even lower than I expected it is. The plug has been pulled on this plate and all the mud banks are exposed, showing 0.7 of a metre where I had over 1.5 metres yesterday lake fishing. So this will be a pretty interesting session. There's plenty of live bait on the side. So yeah, everything's exposed, pretty sketchy, but might be good. Cheers. It is low. It is so low compared to what we've had. Anyway, let's start fishing. We're on early this morning. Like I said, the snags are really low, so there you go. Little grunter. It's been a very frustrating morning. One grunter and this bloke. He's hardly going to trouble the scorer. Gold spotted cod has to be 38 and he's nowhere near. So he gets to go and harass some bait fish some more. But, well, I got my butt whooped this morning. Absolutely nothing. One grunter, one cod, half a dozen misses. Yeah, but that's it. So now I'm going to hoot out of the swamp, go and have a jig on a couple of pylons, and that'll be the end of the Weipa experience. It's been good though, I have to say. If you had the place worked out, you would. There's some fishing to be had here. Cheers.